Hello, teachers. When I was in high school, I had kind of a weird experience, like a lot of people. On one end, in English, I was fantastic, getting straight A's, very happy with what I learned in there, and I was accelerated. I was reading more books than the rest of the class and just very excited about being in that class. A couple class periods later, I'd be in math and I was lost. I didn't know what I was doing and I needed extra help on pretty much every single assignment. These sorts of instances happen to millions upon millions of students every day. Some students get ahead and are accelerated. Some students get behind and they need extra help. And it can be hard to set that up on a person-by-person basis. Canvas has recognized that and has applied mastery paths to their course work. As a teacher, you can build a module that has an assessment at the beginning and work for different levels of students based on their needs. Some are accelerated, some are just in the middle, need a little bit of help, some need a lot of help. And you can gear your curriculum towards those different levels of learners. Come join me as I show you one of the most valuable features inside of Canvas, Mastery Paths.
All right, teachers, not to be intimidated by this, but Mastery Paths can be kind of difficult if you don't have a good working knowledge of how they operate in a Canvas course and what you need. So in order to help you out with the process, I've created a quick graphic that walks you through the different parts you need to have before you really start building in Mastery Paths. Step one is that you do need to turn on Mastery Paths. Now, some LEAs already have it turned on automatically, but if you want to check and make sure whether it's on or off for you, go to Settings and Feature Options, and we'll show this to you later in the video. The second thing you're going to need is a starting assignment or quiz. This could be a quick 5-point bell work assessment, or it could be a much larger project that maybe you want to do some remediation on throughout the year. The third thing you're going to want to have is a set of assignments and learning materials that you would like your students to engage with. This could be videos, pages, content on like websites like Nearpod or Google, or it could be smaller assignments that you want them to do to get them prepared for the larger goal. One of the great things about Mastery Paths, as you'll see in a moment, is that you have the ability to assign multiple assignments to a path for the students depending on what they need. On top of that, you might need a set of ideas of where the differentiation lines are, meaning points and grades. So at the beginning, you're going to be able to give certain paths to certain students based on a graded assignment at the front of class. Now, throughout the course, you might want to consider exactly what that looks like and give point values accordingly. The last thing that you're going to want to consider is extension activities for students at both ends of the classroom, meaning not just the students who are having a hard time with the course material, but also the students who are excelling. What can we do to help them to grow and do excellent things in our class, even though they might not be the same thing as everyone else? All right, let's jump into Canvas and show you the exact workings of Mastery Paths. To start, go to your settings and then check your feature options. Underneath that, there should be Mastery Paths, but if not, go ahead and switch it on. If it's already switched on by your LEA, then go ahead and proceed to quizzes. Now, under quizzes, you could also do this under assignments. Choose an assignment that matches what you want to start your Mastery Path with. Go ahead and click Edit, and under this quiz, you can see I have all my settings done. I will have all my questions done as well. It's worth 5 points. So just a quick little bell work assignment to work off of. But at the top, you can see I now have Mastery Paths. When I click that, it takes me to this page. Now, Mastery Paths usually is set up in 3 different blocks. We have a 5-point up here at the top, a 2-point, and a 0 at the bottom. Now, these are the thresholds for Mastery Paths. If a student scores between 5 and 3.5, they'll be in the top rung, and then 3.5 to 2 is the second rung, and 2 to 0 is the bottom rung. Each group will have specific things based on what you decide as the teacher, and those decisions will be made by clicking the boxes to add assignments or discussions throughout Mastery Paths. Once you've decided which groups are going to be organized in which way, by grade, then you can start adding materials as you're seeing me do on the screen right now. For instance, group 3 is going to have to do 3 assignments, group 2, 2 assignments, group 1, 1. Now, once you're in there, you can edit, move, up and down, remove, but also you can click the plus sign and make it an or assignment. So that means that students can choose which assignment they do and instead of having to do all 3. Once you're done, go ahead and hit save. And then we are going to jump over and see our module in action. Now this module, you can see at the top, there's my quiz, and it says Mastery Paths on the right-hand side. But notice none of the assignments that I've created in my Mastery Paths are in this module. So to solve that, I can just go ahead and hit the plus sign, click Sample Assignment, and click Add Assignment. And now I know that it's part of Mastery Paths because of the 2 points at the end of the line there, and I can put it anywhere in my module. Notice that I don't also have my discussion, so I can click the plus sign again, hit discussion 1, and it goes down to the bottom, and I can pull it back up. Make sure that you publish all of your materials to make sure that your students have access to them as they're going through. The big thing to remember is as you work with Mastery Paths, to think ahead and work with your students in engaging ways that will help them to elaborate or remediate the material that you're working on in class. The goal shouldn't be to give lots of complicated assignments, but targeted, interesting assignments that help students learn and engage with classroom material. Although Mastery Paths can be difficult to set up, and maybe even time-consuming, they are ultimately rewarding for the teachers that put in the time to help their students engage in a differentiated community. Please consider using them in your course and engage with Mastery Paths in the future. Thank you.